Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, Martina.
I see that you are in a kind of cage. Behind you, I see metal. What is it? Where are you?
It's a fence.
Oh, it's a fence.
It's a fence. I'm in Portugal still, in south of Lisbon. I've been invited to a community of a person that I met in a training 4 weeks ago. And with Nicole Hadley Bradford, we are both here and holding space. Like we're bringing possibility management and hold the space and bring maps and distinctions and our archetype lineage and bright principles to somehow transform the community here. The community that is already there. It's a community. There are like 15 people living here and lots of names, lots of new names. And yeah, we just had our first session like in the last 2 hours.
Are they Portuguese people?
Yes, and Germans and French, and these are the languages I've heard already.
Wow, but it's in English. You do that in English?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool. You the last week you were telling something about your latest experiment about not looking into people's eyes, and I'm curious to hear how is it going with you?
It's still going. I have trouble sometimes to not look into people's eyes. Sometimes I forget, and it's still going. And I'm also not hugging people. I started to not hug people anymore because actually it's not about, I don't know if you hear the tractor in the background.
I hear like a whistling and some birds.
Actually, it's not about not looking into people's eyes. And instead I noticed that it's about, sorry.
I don't hear something. It's okay for me.
Okay, for me it's very loud. It's more about me taking the energy of other people into my space. I don't know how much I talked about this last week, but this is what I noticed. It's about when I look into people's eyes, I take their energy. And
yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
I found more distinctions. Like I'm really researching this topic at the moment of how easy it goes and what's the benefit and like some people, what I found out, for example, some people like to put their energy into other people's spaces, and some people like to take other people's energy into their space. Like I'm one of the second kind. I take everyone's energy within my space, and then you have like the typical macho male who's like really intruding a woman's space, getting really close, so tries to get his energy into other people's spaces. That's some distinction I found. I think 2 days ago, about like trying to put your energy somewhere else or trying to put some other energy into you. And it's been going great somehow. It's still exhausting. I still don't know where I really am. I don't know what the outcome of the experiment is, because I'm still in the middle of it. And I sense how I'm holding my own energy more and more, and it just continues to grow, that I can hold my own energy.
I have a question about that, taking the energy. I have the experience that I cannot take the energy of somebody into my space if this person doesn't want me to do that.
I can. I'm an expert.
Is it so it's a difference between taking the energy and taking the center, because you cannot take the center if the person doesn't want you to take it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between taking the center and taking the energy?
I had a similar question 2 days ago in the same conversation. It's about it's also not about giving my center away to take the energy. It's not about taking the center of the person. If I take the center of a person, it's basically I decide for them. So they ask, if you go to your partner in the morning and say, should I have this dress or this dress? It's basically another person answers to who you are in life. But if I take the energy from a different person, I become their energy. It's like my bubble is filled with my personal energy and information. And when I take other people's energy, it's like the energy I'm radiating is someone else. And I had this experiment today when one of the people here was like really pushing like a lot of energy into the space when she was introducing herself and say hello, like really ongoingly forward, like hello. And I immediately took her energy and somehow became more nice and more bubbly and more like, yeah, cool, you're here. And then I felt like, oh wow, this is not my energy, it's the energy of the person I'm just introducing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't give my center away. In a way, I gave my center away. I wasn't centered in my own energy. I don't know exactly how this connects, but I didn't take her center and I didn't give my center away to her for her to make any decision about me or for her to approve of me. Maybe it's something about her approving of me if I'm not dangerous. I think it has more something to do with I'm not dangerous when I take other people's energy and I become them. I'm not dangerous anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is an excellent question. I still have this question. I don't have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a distinct answer for it right now because I sense that there's a difference and there are also similarities, and I haven't found the edge yet.
Mm-hmm. Because when we make this process of centering, then we also take the attention and the energy and we say, now you take your energy and lay it on your center. And so what's the difference between this energy and that energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of the center going away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean because I also have this, I think I know what you mean because I have this experience when there is a person who is radiating very much and like you described the person, and then you go when you are talking to her, and then I talking to her, I go in a distance and be very cool and not cool but cold and strict and very centered and very clear and very serious. Then I have this experience that people say to me, you are cold, or you are not warm, not with your heart connecting. And I think this is dangerous for people, could be dangerous for people. Yeah. Cool.
And the intenseness of having an open heart and enmeshing, which is not connecting, it's enmeshing, is so high. It's such a high intensity. So when I'm so used to that, for me it's so weird to not have it. It's so unusual. So it is dangerous.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's a lie. Sometimes it's a lie. It's a game to play that. Yeah.
I had a dream, I think, or something when I was like almost sleeping or something, where I could sense, I had some sort of sensation of two people being in their own space, but being in connection. And it was so much deeper in a way. It wasn't so intense in the high level, but it was so deep that I thought like, okay, I really want to go there. And I have no idea if it's anything real. Just I have the memory of having something like this experienced.
Write a poem so that you don't forget. Yeah.
I will.
Gabriel, that's it for today.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.